Yeah, most people know my grandparents from the Conjuring films and the Annabelle films. And yes, the first Conjuring movie was pretty good, actually. The second Conjuring movie, they took real cases. Amityville was a very real, very horrific case that my grandparents worked on. It was real. Don't believe anybody who tells you that it was a fraud or a hoax or anything like that. The truth is, the people who owned the home, George and Kathy Lutz, I knew them. And they lost everything. They never made a penny on the movies or the book, nothing. That's all a lie. And the only thing George Lutz wanted from that house was the deed so that he could sell the house. They left coin collections, they left a gun collection, they left everything. They were only in there for a month. And they lost it all. And as a matter of fact, when they left and moved to California, it followed them. But getting back to the movies, you know, then there was the Enfield case in England.
These teenage sisters believe they're haunted by a poltergeist.
I was going to ask the same question as I asked earlier. How many voices are there?
600.
600 the voices.
I know the joke.
How many really are there, Margaret?
I think so far we've had 10
Three.
sensible voices, but the rest of the names are absolute rubbish.
And my grandparents didn't spend a lot of time there, but they gathered a lot of evidence. It was a terrible, terrible, far worse than anything that was in The Conjuring 2. The whole ridiculousness where my grandmother's going through the basement that's flooded, and my grandfather's hanging out of a window, and my grandmother shouts the name of this demon, Valak, and all of a sudden it magically disappears. That's absurd. None of that is how it really happens. It's great Hollywood, but it's not real. In reality, there's a boy in the movie that stammers. He has a stutter. Tommy or Timmy. And in reality, he aged within a few weeks to death. He just, yeah. There's progeria, which will kill you by the time you're about 20. This was within weeks, not years. And these voices that are so famous, they weren't human. There was no human being there. They were inhuman entities, what some people call demons. And as that little boy was being taken to the church for the funeral in a horse-drawn carriage, these voices were screaming obscenities at the people on the street and throwing rocks at the people. And when the coffin was wheeled in front of the altar, they flipped it over and tore open the top, and the boy fell out on the floor. That's what really happened. It was not as simple as the movies say.